Hello, thank you for tuning into my channel. Today we're free motion quilting the double grid. So if you want to see how to free motion quilt a design like this, please stay tuned. The double grid is just like the very similar to the single grid that we did last time. The only difference is that now we have groups of two that are forming the lines for the grid. So I'm going to show you how we started in the background. I've already done this side, and I started here and just went down, up, and then over, down, up, and so on. Here is where the thread would be if you don't break thread. And so I'm going to show you how we start going down and then along the stitch line and so on. Okay, and for these I have for the background I'm doing 3 vertical and 3 horizontal to make it to make the grid small. And from here we would just go along the stitch line to start the horizontal. And for each one, I'm just echoing the previous pattern. 2 and 3. And it's different. I'm actually doing this upside down. So it would be different. Like this one I did off camera, it's a little bit more even. But you can still get the feel of it. And it just kind of gives you an idea of how to do the stitches, like the order that they go. So let's look at it now on the big grid, on the bow tie itself. And here you start, and again, like I do on the other ones, I'll just trace it with my finger. So down, stitch line, then back up, stitch line, down, and again using that gentle curve up, and then do all of the vertical first, down, stitch line, and then stitch down and up, and so on. And then from here, from this point, going all the way around. And this is just so that you don't have to break thread, so that you can keep the design as continuous as you want to. And then going along the stitch line. Okay, and there, and up, and there. Okay, and it's really, once you get into the groove, again, a simple pattern. Let's see what it looks like on the machine. So I'm working on this double grid, and I have most of the vertical strips done, and here you can see where I've gone down and along the stitch line and back up. So I want to do one more, and then I will transition to the horizontal strips. So again, my feed dogs are up. I'm wearing my Fonzie Porter quilting gloves. My embroidery foot is on, and I'm just gently moving the fabric back and forth to make this gentle curve pattern. And then traveling along the stitch line, stitching in the ditch here. And then I'm echoing this pattern, just going back up and echoing to complete the grid. And from this point, I'm going to travel all the way down to the bottom, and so I will basically be quilting from the bottom of the block up to the top. So I'm transitioning, I'm just traveling along the stitch line, across and then down to my starting point. And of course you can break thread if you want to. I've just used travel stitching so I don't have to break thread. That takes extra time that I just don't want to use. Alright, and so now I will start doing the horizontal grid. Alright, again, stopping just to check my position. To move my hands if I need to. Stopping to check my position. And then moving along the stitch line here. And this is the, over here is the radiating arc design that I've shown you before. And then I'm just going to echo going toward the left. Okay. And I'm going to finish this off camera, and then I will show you what it looks like. Here's the double grid along this houndstooth pattern, and you can see that each of the columns has 2 lines going both vertically and horizontally to create the border for the grids. I still have, again, some threads that I will need to hide at a later time. And pay close attention, I already mentioned this, but this radiating arc design that we already did. So cool, and once you see them put together, it's really neat. Now let's see what it looks like in the background. So I'm working on the background for this double grid, and I've done most of the first part. I'm just going to finish this bottom horizontal row. And then I'll let you see what I do with the thread so that it can, so that I don't have to break thread to start a new block. So I'm just going to the right. Okay, and I just do kind of a little back stitch here and then finish with the thread up. And then I just let it see it's right here. And then I'm just going to start a new background. This is the same block, but I'm just starting a new double grid. Reminder that this grid is smaller, so there are 3 columns of lines in this one, so they will need to be closer together. So lock stitch. And this really, in this small block, it's a really fast process. Once you get the hang of it, it's super fast. Okay, and then over, echo. So I just have my 2 vertical rows and then 3 horizontal, and then I'll be finished. Here is the completed block that I just did. You can see the double grid here in each of the backgrounds. This is thread that needs to be hidden, and here is some more thread that needs to be hidden, as well as this in the center. All of my flowers with these patterns with these huge flowers in them, they have the double grid in the background, and they have the rainbow arc, which was that very first design that we did in the actual bow tie. So I hope that you can see the combination of these patterns. That what I'm hoping is that it makes the bow tie just kind of pop and the background kind of fade back because of the density of the quilting. Thank you for watching this video about the curvy grid and free motion quilting. I hope that you can just get some ideas about these designs and hopefully use them in a bigger pattern, not just in these smaller places. If you have any questions about this pattern, please leave them below. And as always, thank you for watching. Welcome to new subscribers. See you next time. Bye.